Well, the times they are changing. I mean, have you kept up with the news? I know I have, and I've made some notes as I went along. As you watch the news, does violence seem to be on the upswing in your neighborhood? It is almost every place. And so, violence not only in our neighborhoods, in our workplace, the places where we shop, in our churches, in our schools, it just seems to be on the upswing every place we turn. There doesn't seem to be a safe place anymore. But I have some good news. It's really not the place that creates the safety. It's the people in that place that create the safety. And so you have a lot of control over that. And so with some good information, you can develop good skills. Remember when you decided you'd learn how to drive a car? Yes. And so when you did that, kind of you knew mechanically what was going to go on, but it took a little while to get those skills together. And then you became a safe driver. Part of becoming a safe driver was knowing and understanding the rules of the road. That would be the laws. And so it's the same with firearm ownership. In our conference coming up next October, that is the Urban Self-Defense and the Law. And so in this conference, you will get some valuable information that you can take home with you and use on an everyday basis for the rest of forever. And so part of the conference, we're going to talk about street smart tactics. It's the tactics and protocols that you can use on the street to keep you and your loved ones safe. And not only that, but strategies, tactics and strategies for certain. And then what about keeping you safe? Keeping you safe and popular myths and misconceptions in the media. Do you think there's ever any misinformation in the media? Well, probably so. And so we will identify those myths and misinformation, because the more you know about the truth, then using that truth, the better decisions you will make on what to do for your safety and the safety of your family. And so I've attached a video to this recording, and the video will give you a preview of what you can expect this October at the Urban Self-Defense and the Law Conference. And so take a look. If it's anything you're serious about, please contact the school. And the school is at area code 360, number 378-1776. See you then.
My name is John Lott. J.B. Heron has asked me to go and give a talk to his classes in October, and I'm really looking forward to it. Just to give you a little bit of my own background, I've been an academic most of my life. I had academic positions, research and teaching positions at Stanford, University of Chicago, the Wharton Business School, Yale, UCLA, Rice. I've had positions in the government dealing with things like chief economist for the United States Sentencing Commission in Washington and senior advisor for research and statistics at the U.S. Department of Justice. Right now, I'm currently president of the Crime Prevention Research Center, which is a group of academics who go and do research on crime broadly, everything from policing to gun control to vote fraud type issues. If it deals with crime, it's something that there's a reasonable chance that we're going to look at. So what am I going to talk about? Well, broadly, it's under the category of myths. Things that we hear about in the media and other places about the dangers that guns pose, how the United States compares to other countries, and hopefully put a puncture hole in some of those false claims that I think have a huge impact in the debate. So, for example, how does the United States compare to other countries in terms of mass public shootings? We constantly hear about the United States being somehow unique compared to other countries. Other issues are issues like gun-free zones. Do gun-free zones really make people safer? What's in these manifestos and diaries that these murderers put out? Do they give any hints? What happens to the rate of attacks in gun-free zones versus other places? Do these individuals that do these attacks target those types of places? Is there a reason why they might target those types of places? Relatedly, people are concerned about mass public shootings in schools. Not only how does the United States compare to other countries, but what types of policies might work. One thing that's put out frequently is arming teachers. But there are lots of concerns about that. Will teachers go and accidentally shoot bystanders? Will teachers leave their guns available so that students can pick them up and create some type of harm? We have tens of thousands of schools out there in the United States which have armed teachers. We can look to see whether or not those types of fears are justified or not. So that gives you a rough idea of a wide range of issues that we're going to talk about in the classes that J.B. Heron's put together. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody in October. See you there. Thank you.
I'm joined in our studio this afternoon again with Ann Monroe. Ann is no stranger to urban self-defense and lethal force conferences. Yes, you've been to many of them, Ann, and seen many of our speakers. And another speaker that you've seen before, but is coming back this October, will be Dr. John Lott. And so, John, author of many books, but I think you are a voracious reader of John's material. And what do you have to tell us about your experiences from seeing John in the past, and now you're looking forward to seeing him again?
I'm going to show you his book first that really spoke to me. And this man, Dr. John Lott, is a genius. I mean, if you look at his book, he's got 200 pages of text. Well, that's quite a bit of text and a lot to be said. But when you go on to the notes section, he's got over 120 pages of notes of where all of this information came from. The thing that John Lott amazes me with every time I think about him is he can give you statistic after statistic, and anything he says, he can back it up with book, page, number, chapter, whatever, and back everything up. It's not, well, I think this, it's, I know this. And he is an amazing person to listen to because he has so much knowledge right at his fingertips.
Well, you and I both are looking forward to having John come back. And so, is there anything in particular you'd like to hear from John when he returns?
You know, John has so much to share. And it's been a few years, so yeah, what's new on his palette?
John's going to bring us up to date.
So I'm looking forward to have John bringing us up to date, as you say, and how much what he has to say is effective for our lives, or effective, which is it? One of those words. So he's amazing.
Well, Ann, you have been a faithful participant in our lethal force gun law conferences over the years, and thank you for joining us again with this one. And we look forward to seeing you and John Lott on our stage again. And thanks for taking the time to tell people about your experiences.
You're welcome. My privilege. Thank you.